one courageous decision, right?
I love that.
That's all you need.
It's so true.
That's all you need.
Welcome back to Making It. Today we're looking at entrepreneurs who prioritize taking their business cues from their customers. What our stories have in common is that both got tired of taking orders from other people, so they started their own companies, and they also share a common client, Sempra Energy.
Sempra operates utilities and develops energy infrastructure. It services more than 29 million consumers in the United States, Europe, Mexico, Canada, South America, and Asia.
Now, all of this is very good news for Robert Zamarripa. His company, OneSource Distributors, handles electrical components, and Sempra is one of their biggest clients. OneSource Distributors now has annual sales of $210 million, but of course this wasn't always the case. Xiomara Galinda has more on Robert's less prosperous days and how his business became energized when he got plugged in.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Most people think of electrical distribution and things that we do, and they don't have any idea what it is, but there's a tremendous market of product out there that has to be supplied every day, and a lot of it is short cycle, which needs to be supplied. You get a call today, you have to supply it tomorrow, and some of it's long cycle, which is a project type of job. So we do both, and it's constant.
Bob, why did you take the risk of starting your own business?
You know, it's a good question. I looked at it back in 1983 as, I didn't look at it as a risk. I looked at it as really an opportunity. I was unhappy with the company I was with. It had just been purchased. The management group was very different. We kind of philosophically didn't agree on certain things. I was young and just inexperienced enough to voice that opinion, you know, way too often for those guys. And so I got fed up with it and decided that why don't I do this on my own? And I was young enough, so I thought, you know, I can always get a job. And so I went and we started the business, and from there we built it, you know, year by year, and here we are now.
Who funded the company then in 1983?
Well, myself, my partner Paul Judge, who's still with us today. You know, he invested some capital. My father invested some capital. And then from there we went to the bank, and the bank, we presented a business plan, and the bank put a small business loan together, and we moved forward with that financing at the time. And it was very fortunate because the industry now has changed, you know, dramatically, and to be able to start a business with a very limited amount of capital now would be almost impossible to do. So we hit the timing right.
Why did you begin the assembly and manufacturing capabilities?
We started the assembly and manufacturing division, you know, basically out of a customer request. If you look at OneSource's history and kind of the milestones and the plateaus we broke through, it was all driven by customers. Customer request asked us to do something, and then from our perspective, you know, we're business folks, so we're somewhat paranoid that if we don't do it, they'll take the business somewhere else. And then we're entrepreneurs, so we thought, well, why don't we do it? And fortunately, you know, my partner Paul is always pushing, always asking us to kind of go the extra mile and do things that take us out of our comfort zone at times, and particularly me. So we decided that it was a good value for our customers. They were asking for products to be assembled versus us just supplying parts. So from there, we've grown a pretty big business that adds a lot of value to our customers, and we have been able to be successful at it over the last 5 years. So.
Smart move. What are your challenges as a business owner?
I think the challenge that I look at in the future is really continued associate employee development. The biggest benefit to our business and the biggest value to us is our people. And we've got to continue to invest in the resources to try and allow them to progress in their careers, be a great place to work, take care of their customers, take care of the company, so they can grow the business, you know, grow their income, put their kids through college. It's important to us to develop that. And we've got to find the right people. They've got to culturally fit, and we've got to get them here, and we've got to keep them motivated and keep them on the team. That to me is the biggest challenge that I see in the future.
What is your relationship with Sempra Energy? We've
got a terrific relationship with Sempra. We got involved with Sempra Energy through the San Diego Gas and Electric Division. We had some great contacts there that we developed over the years. Some people that are just very dynamic at SDG&E. Sean Farrar is the senior leader in their diversity business development. Robert Olivas, Margot Kidd, who's the vice president there. They've just been very supportive in helping us do things again that took us out of our comfort zone. They thought we could do certain things. At times, you know, we were looking at it like, does this really sound like we should be doing this? And we did it. So you need people like that to push you, customers, and they've done that. The Southern California Gas Group, again, is another part of Sempra that's been very strategically important to us. So we've got terrific relationships there, and we provide a lot of products to Southern Cal Gas. So both of those have been great opportunities. But again, it gets back to customers seeing something in the business that they thought we could provide a value that at the time maybe we didn't even see it, but they saw it and said, you know, we want you guys to try and do this. And it pushed us a little bit, but I think we've hopefully exceeded their expectations as a supplier.
What an amazing success story. Robert's primary customer is San Diego Gas and Electric. His 5-year business plan includes expanding his company to Northern California, Nevada, and Arizona. He hopes by investing in the latest technology, he'll be able to increase his revenues to $350 million.
And coming up next, our studio guest has information on how your business could get involved with Sempra Utilities. He's Frank Ertassen, the Director of Diverse Business Enterprises at Sempra. We'll meet him when we return, so don't go away.
You can reach Janice Brown of Brown Law Group at www.brownlawsd.com. And you can contact Robert Zamarripa at OneSource Distributors. His website is www.onesourcedis.com. Now let's turn things over to Lynette, who's in studio with our special